welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day today. So for today's video, it's a different one that I've not filmed before and I don't actually know why. I'm going to be filming my planning to pan video for 2023. I think this will go up in 2023. I don't think it will go up before the end of this year. So yeah, you might see some of these products in a project pan next year. In fact, you most definitely will. But just quickly before I get into the video, if it's super dark outside, I'm really sorry. I'm using my window for like natural lighting because there's nowhere for me to currently set up my lights. So I'm using the natural lighting. Also, if I sound really breathless, it's because I am. I'm struggling to breathe at the minute. Perks of being pregnant, but yeah, with all that being said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's just get straight on into it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna try and go in the order of how I do my makeup. I think that probably makes the most sense. So I've picked a few primers that I would like to empty in the next year. I think I've picked like good primers to empty. I feel like it's something like it's a very achievable goal. There also probably will be some primers from like my project pan from this year that will just roll over, and once they're like finished, I'll use these ones. But anyway, let's just get into it. So the first primer that I would really like to empty next year is my Charlotte Tilbury mini of the Wonder Glow, because I actually quite liked this when I used it, and it is only a mini. It literally has 0.2 fluid ounces in it, so yeah, should be really easy to empty, to be honest. And I just want to use it up. I don't want it to just sit in my collection and, you know, just collect dust. I want to use the product. So this is one that I think 100% will be in the project next year. I have another mini primer that I would love to empty next year as well, and that is the Bare Minerals Prime Time Primer. It's the original primer. I don't think I've ever tried this before, but like I said, it is a mini. It has 0.23 fluid ounces in it. So again, a really achievable primer to empty, and it just gets another thing out of my inventory, because I would really like to do a like inventory at the start of the year and then one at the end of the year, or at least at the start of the next year. So 2024, that's crazy. Just to see how much I can get my collection down in like a year, because I really do want to start to bring my collection down. I don't want it to be like a minimalist collection. I do like having a lot of makeup, so I don't think I'll ever have a minimalist collection, but you know, I would really like to like rein in on certain products. And yeah, I would like to get this out of my collection because I've not even tried it. Well, at least I don't think I've tried it. So the next primer I would like to empty next year is a full size. So it's the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer. They've actually changed the packaging for this since I brought this. And I think I've had this for 2 years, maybe 3. I hope it's 2. I really do hope it's 2 and not 3. But I had this in my collection for ages, and then I tried it, I liked it, but then I didn't really use it that much. And then I started using it recently, and I don't know whether you guys can tell, I've used like a fair amount of that already. I really like it, so why would I not just use the product? Why do I not just use the product I'm really enjoying using, and then I can use it up, get it out of my collection, get some other stuff out of my collection, and then I can just buy it back? Why do I do this to myself? I let stuff expire because I don't want to use it up because I like the product, when I could just use the product up and repurchase it. So this primer 100% will be in my project pan next year. I guarantee it. So then I'm going to move on to brow stuff, and I kind of don't really have a lot to speak about in this section. So I'm going to do brow pencils first. So I have 2 of these Ted Baker eyebrow pencils. I think they're the same shade. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to find a shade name. I don't think there is one. They're both the same colour pencil anyway. I got these out of gift sets for Christmas. So one of them I've had for like a year. One of them I've had for 2 years, and I've just not used it. And I need to use them up because like, what is the point? They're just sat in my collection. So I would like to use them up so I can go and buy eyebrow pencils that I actually want in my collection, rather than just keeping these in my collection for no reason. I might as well use them up, get them out, you know, so on and so forth. So I might use one of them and then use a different eyebrow pencil just so I don't get bored, and then go to the other one. I think that's my plan. And the other eyebrow pencil I would like to use is the XX Revolution Faux Brow pencil. This brow pencil, from what I can remember, is not my favourite. It's quite dark for my brows. I can't remember the shade. Oh, it's in deep brown. It's quite deep for my brows, like too dark for my brows, to be honest. And I'm not a big fan of the actual pencil, so if I don't put this in a project, it just won't get used. So I would like to just get this out of my collection because I'm sick of it being in my collection and just not getting used. So then I'm going to move on to brow gels, and I've picked two. This was kind of random. I've got so many brow gels in my collection at the minute, and I actually don't really like pretty much any of them at the minute. I'm just kind of using them all up. So I have this NYX one that I actually do like. So it's the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. I've had one of these in my collection for years. I always have one, and I actually do quite like this one, which is why I've put it in, because, you know, I want to use stuff I actually want to use a little bit as well. So I'm gonna probably put this in my project, because a lot of the times when I'm not like going anywhere too fancy or anything, I'll just whack a brow gel through my brows, and a tinted one is really nice because it adds like that little bit of like more of a fuller look. So that will probably be in the project pan next year at some point. The other brow gel I'm going to put in is the Saint Luxe brow gel. So this one is a clear brow gel from what I can remember. I know I've tried it once before, but I really don't like the wand on this. It's just too thick. It doesn't really do anything for my brows. I don't think I like the brow gel either. Like, I remember using this and just thinking, meh, like it'll do. So I just need to use it up and get it out. Like, what is the point in me keeping it in my collection? It makes no sense. So then I'm going to move on to foundation, and I've picked 3. I don't think I'll get through 3 in the next year, but this just gives me a few options to think about when I'm rolling them in. So first of all, this is my oldest foundation that needs to be used up. It's the EX1 Invisiwear foundation, and the fact that this is my oldest foundation and I've hardly used it is crazy. I think I quite like it. I can't remember too much, but I just need to use this up, to be honest with you. It's a nice shade for me. I'm pretty sure I don't dislike it from what I can remember, but I haven't used it consistently, like on like a day-to-day basis, so I don't really know. But this one needs to go in the project pan at some point. This would also be super nice to track because it is like an airless pump, so it will literally just go up. We'll see exactly where we are. The next foundation I really need to use up is my Fenty Beauty foundation. I don't think I like this foundation. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's too matte for me. I think if I used a really dewy primer with it, I'd like it more. So I might put this in with the Honey Do Me Up primer. They might work really well together. So yeah, this needs to go in because it's an expensive foundation, like it's not cheap, but yeah, I just need to get my use out of it, you know? And then the last foundation that I have picked is the number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced All-in-One Foundation that has SPF 50 plus in it. The reason I want to use this up is because for whatever reason, I've got this and then I've got another one. I brought a backup for a foundation I'm not even sure I like. Why am I doing that? Lana, why are you doing that? I haven't brought backup foundations for ages, so I don't know why I did it with this. So yeah, I need to at least use one of them up, especially because I've got SPF in it. I know SPF will expire, so yeah. Definitely one I need to put in at some point. So hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll get through 3 foundations in my next project pan, who knows. So then the next products I have to talk about are concealers. So I'll go for the one that we're all familiar with. So this is my Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer. And as you guys can see, I've snapped the end off it, which was a nightmare to deal with. I'm not going to lie. This won't be empty before the end of the year. And I just really want to make sure I get this out of my collection. I don't love it, I don't hate it, but it's usable and I might as well get it out. I think it's like, it'll be like under halfway by the end of the year, so I might as well just use it up and get it out of my collection. The next product is my Fenty Beauty concealer. I can't remember what I think of this concealer, but I brought it at the same time I brought my foundation. I just really want to use it up before it expires. The colour is a little bit like weird for me. It's a yellowy concealer, which for me, because I have to use such pale foundations, sometimes can look a little bit weird on me, but I definitely need to use it up nonetheless. I obviously paid a pretty penny for it, so I need to use it up. And then the last concealer, this is I think my oldest concealer in my collection when I was going through them. It's the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer, and it's the big one. And when I opened this up, it looks like I've used about half of the product, so it seems reasonable to be able to finish this up in like the next year. So who knows, maybe I'll get through 2 concealers, but with how much concealer I use, I don't know if that's achievable. But, you know, hopefully I can get through 2. That would be really nice to get through 2 in the next year. And hopefully I can get through 2 and make a start on the Fenty one. That would be a really good, like, thing to do. So then the bronzer that I'm pretty sure I'm going to put in my project pan for next year. I haven't had a bronzer in my project pan, well, not a powder bronzer anyway, in my project pan last year. And I would just like to make a start on one. I don't think I'll empty it, but it would be nice to make a start. And I feel like this is a good one. So it's the Doll Beauty Gimme Some bronzer. They've actually changed the packaging for this. Now, you get 6 grams of product in here, so I don't know how achievable that is. There is use on it, like a fair amount. There's not a dip, but I can see like waves in the pan, so hopefully I'm somewhat close. But yeah, I think this will be going in the project pan next year. So then I have 2 blushes that I can't decide which one I'm going to put in, because I do think I want to put a blush in my next project. So I have the XX Revolution blush in the shade Entice. That is a beautiful, more cool toned blusher shade, and I have started to wear away the XX in the middle. I don't think I'm anywhere near close to panning it though, but it would be nice to make a start on it at least. And the other blush is the EX1 blusher in the shade Pretty in Peach. I love this blusher. It was like my literal like everyday blusher for ages. I love this blusher. It's a beautiful shade, and I've used it a fair amount. Like, I feel like I could potentially hit pan on it, but I don't know. I'm liking the look of the cool toned one at the minute, and I feel like it's because I'm in winter, like the cooler toned blush is speaking to me. I don't know, I can't decide yet which one I want to put in, but one of them will be going in. And then last but not least, I have my highlighter, and the one that I've chosen is one that just needs to go out. I need to empty this, and I don't think I'll be able to empty it in a year. It is my Ofra Glazed Donut highlighter. It was in my project pan 2 years ago, and I did manage to hit pan on it, but this needs using up. Like, it's in the old packaging, and I know I've had this for years. Like, it needs to be used up. I do like this highlighter, but it's a bit icy for me, and yeah, it needs using up. And I think if I don't put it in a project, it won't be used up. So I've got some idea of what's going to be in my starting off like project pan, like month 1, what's going to be in there. And I think I'm going to put some harder to empty products, possibly some that we might not even empty, and some easy to empty products. I feel like that's the best way to deal with a project pan. So that is everything that I have for you guys today. Let me know what you think I should put in my project pan. Let me know your opinions, because it really would help. I would really like to know what you guys are thinking. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I haven't done one of these before, so hopefully it ran smoothly. I do watch a lot of them, so I'm hoping it did. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my project pan videos, and you know, every time I upload a video every Monday and Saturday. And with all that being said, I really hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.